Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Shafiq bin Muhammad Shafi'i with matrix number 286885. So for today, I will present the research about fast food consumption among SEFB students in University of Utara, Malaysia. Okay, firstly, we move to introduction. In recent years, the fast food sector has witnessed a substantial surge in popularity, primarily driven by the preferences of younger individuals. This surge reflects a profound transformation in the contemporary food landscape, marked by the notable proliferation of fast food establishments. Fast food has evolved into a convenient and readily accessible culinary option catering to the demands of individuals navigating the challenges of fast-paced lifestyles. For many university students, fast food has become essential to their diet, offering various menu options and quick service, whether in on-campus halls or off-campus housing. Cooking may not be a feasible option for students. Consequently, fast food has emerged as a popular choice due to its affordability, convenience, and accessibility. Right, next we move to global view. So the United States is at the top worldwide for fast food consumers. Adults in the United States, 1 out of every 4 people consumes fast food. The average American eats fast foods 1 to 3 times a week, resulting in an annual fast food expenditure of 160 billion. The primary family of fast food industry is McDonald's. Now let's take a look on the Malaysia view. So McDonald's was deemed the best QSR, which is a quick service restaurant brand nationwide. As Malaysia experiences economic growth, there has been a noticeable rise in the middle class populations. So accompanied by an increase in disposable income, this demographic shift has created a demand for dining options that are not only quick and convenient, but also affordable. Therefore, most consume fast food since it has many advantages. This franchise frequently provide quickly service adaptations of classic Malaysian menu combining comfort and familiarity. Right, next, fast food had the most respondents ordering fast food on delivery app in April 2023. This situation proves that consuming fast food using delivery also might be prevalent trend in Malaysia. This is due to the several factors that might impact consumers' preferences. Next, problem statement. Excessive demand of the fast food will lead to an increase in the price of items. This will cause an increase in spending among university students and disrupt their financial priority. As the cost accumulates over time, students might increase their budget to then satisfy their craving for fast food. Second, health and nutrition problem. Third one, this research can provide valuable insight into the lifestyles and consumption patterns of university students based on questionnaires given. Alright, next is research question. The first one is, what are the demographic characteristics of SEFB students at UUM? Second, do gender differences affect income factor, price factor, utility factor, and brand factor of SEFB students at UUM? The third one is, do differences in source of income affect income factor, price factor, and utility factor, and also brand factor of SEFB students at UUM? So the fourth one, do income factors, price of fast food, and level of utility have a significant relationship with consumers' preference for fast food among SAFB students in UUM? Next, research objective. The first objective is to examine the demographic characteristic of SEFB students at UUM. Second, to examine whether gender differences affect income factors, price of fast food, levels of utility, and brand of the fast food of SEFB students at UUM. The third one is to examine whether differences in the source of income affect income factor, price factor, level of utility, and brand of fast food of SEFB students at UUM. And the last one is to examine whether income factors, price of fast food, brand, and level of utility have a significant relationship with consumer preferences for fast food among SEFB students at UUM. Next, justification and contribution of the study. The scope of this study encompasses a thorough examinations of the consumer's preference of fast food among schools of economics, finance, and banking (SEFB) at University of Utara, Malaysia. The research will delve into various aspects including, but not limited to, the types of fast food favored by SEFB students, the factor influencing their choices, frequency of consumption, and the role of demographic variables. The study will adopt a comprehensive approach, considering cultural, regional, and lifestyle factors that may impact fast food preferences within this specific academic community. Additionally, the scope will extend to exploring a potential correlation between fast food preferences or consumption and nutritional awareness, shedding light on the dietary habits of SEFB students. Next, we move to theoretical background. So the first graph or curve shows that the budget line and possible indifferent curves. Two essential ideas in the study of consumer preferences are budget constraint and indifferent curve. Combinations of products that customers find equally desirable are visually represented by indifferent curves. For example, different brands of fast food such as KFC, McDonald's, or Mary Brown, or their preference of fast food such as a pizza, burger, or chicken nugget. So the demand curve labeled as D shows how the quantity of fast food demanded by consumers depends on its price. So the demand curve is downward sloping, holding other things equal, consumers will want to purchase more fast food as its price goes down. So the quantity demanded may also depend on the variable such as their income, price of substitutes, and complements of fast food and future price of the fast food. Next, empirical background. The first one is utility factor. When it comes to consumer desire, assumptions are frequently made about what a rational man would do when deciding how much to spend on a certain commodities, by Fishburne 1968. And the second one is a price factor. Johansson and Fatima 2017 discovered that pricing are the most important elements influencing consumers' behavior in the fast food market. And the third one, income factor. Studies shows that when income increases from the lowest to the middle quartile, so there's the consumptions of fast food. Nonetheless, there is a little difference in adult fast food consumptions between wealth and income categories. According to the study, there is no relationship between fast food and low income. It is by Schwartz 2019. And the last one is brand factor. Brand image are important in a company because they provide a sense of identity while also ensuring long-term success. It is by Budiano 2020. Next, hypothesis independent t-test. So the first hypothesis is HOA or null A, there is no significant difference in levels of utility or satisfaction factor for fast food consumption among SEFB students between genders. And alternative for A is there is a significant difference in the levels of utility or satisfaction factor for fast food consumption among SEFB students between genders. And the second hypothesis, which is B, the null B, there is no significant difference in price of fast food factors for fast food consumptions among SEFB students between genders. And the alternative, there is a significant difference of it. And we move to the third hypothesis, which is C. We called it which is null C. There is no significant difference in income or allowance factor for fast food consumption among SEFB students between genders. And the alternative for C, there is a significance for it. And we move to D, which is the fourth hypothesis. Null D, there is no significant difference in brand factor for fast food consumption among SEFB students between genders. And alternative for D, there is a significance for it. So this is a tables of one-way ANOVA test. Hypothesis for one-way ANOVA test. We have four hypotheses of it, which is A, B, C, and D. So the first one, A, null A, there is no significant difference in the levels of utility or satisfaction factor for fast food consumption among different primarily sources of financial support at UUM. And alternative, there is a significant difference of it. And we move to B, null B, there is no significant differences in price of fast food factor for fast food consumption among different primarily source of income support at UUM. And the alternative B, there is a significance of it. And for null C, there is no significant difference in income factors for fast food consumptions among different primarily source of financial support at UUM. And while alternative C, there is a significance of it. And the last one, the last hypothesis for ANOVA, which is null D, there is no significant difference in brand factor for fast food consumption among different primary sources of financial support at UUM. And then the alternative for D, there is a significance of it. And the last one is hypothesis, which is a Pearson correlation test. We have one hypothesis only. So the first null is there is no significant relationship between levels of utility or satisfaction factor, price of fast food factor, income factor, and brand factor of fast food consumption among SEFB students, while alternative, there is no significant relationship between levels of utility or satisfaction factor, price of fast food factor, income or allowance factor, and brand factor of fast food consumption among SEFB students. Next, research methodology. So the first one is research framework. Next is research design. This paper focuses on consumers' preference perception of College of Business COB students, more specifically SEFB students. We just focus on certain schools, like I mentioned, SEFB students. In addition, this section contains information on the types of study, source of data, unit of analysis, populations of frame, samples, and sampling technique. Also, for this research methodology, we also discuss about type of study, source of data, unit of analysis, population frame, sample, and sampling technique. Next, questionnaire design. The first, we have 5 sections for this questionnaire design. The first section is Section A is demographic, Section B incomes or allowance factor, Section C price of fast foods, Section D levels of utility or satisfaction level, and Section E brand of fast food. So for this questionnaire, we use a Likert measure, right? So data collection procedures. So the questionnaire is Google form link, and the questionnaire distributed to 200 SEFB students, and we blast it on WhatsApp group. Next, data analysis and finding, descriptive analysis. Our respondent for this research, in total 200 respondents. So the first items is gender. In this research, we got Male 91 respondents, which is 45.5%, while female 109 respondents, which is 55.5%. And then for age 17 to 19, we got 23 respondents, which is 11.5%. Age 20 to 22, we got the 108 respondents, which is 55.0%. Age 23 to 25, we got 59 respondents, which is 29.5%. And then age 26 to 28, we got 10 respondents, which is 5%. Next is the current years of study. Year 1, 60 respondents, which is 8%. Year 2, 74 respondents, which is 37%. Year 3, 85 respondents, which is the highest one, which is 42.5%. Then year 4, 25 respondents, which is 12.5%. And next is the courses. Bachelor's of Science Economics is 67 respondents, which is 33.5%. Bachelor's of Science in Agribusiness Management, 30 respondents, which is 15%. Bachelor's of Finance, which is 46, equivalent to 23%. And Bachelor's of Banking, 37 respondents, which is 18.5%. And the last one, Bachelor's of Risk Management and Insurance, is 20 respondents, equivalent to 10%. And next is monthly allowance, RM300. We have 53 respondents, which is equivalent to 26.5%. Monthly allowance, which is 400 to 600, we got 89 respondents, equivalent to 44.5%. RM700 to RM900, we got 36 respondents, equivalent to 18%. And allowance of 1,000 and above, we got 22 respondents, equivalent to 11%. And next is primary source of financial support. Parents, we got 72 respondents, which is equivalent to 36 respondents. Next is a primary source of financial support. The first one, parents, we got 72 respondents, equivalent to 36%. Next, primary source of financial support. First one is parent. We got 72 respondents, equivalent to 36%. For part-time, we got 24 respondents, which is 12%. For JPA, we got 18 respondents, which is 9%. And MARA, we got 40 respondents, which is 20%. And the last one, PTPTN, which is 46 respondents, equivalent to 23%. And next, a choice of fast food restaurant. For Pizza Hut, 17 respondent vote for Pizza Hut, which is 8.5%. McDonald's, 63, equivalent to 34%. Domino Pizza, 40 respondents, or 20%. KFC, 19 respondents, or 9.5%. And last one, Mary Brown, which is the second highest after McDonald's. So the respondent chose are 56 respondents, equivalent to 20%. And the last one, go to favorite fast food menu. So for fried chicken, 55 respondents, which is 27.5%. For pizza, 30 respondents, 15%. So French fries, 38 respondent, which is 19%. Ice cream, which is 12 respondent, equivalent to 6%. Burgers, 32 respondent, which is 16%. And the last one, chicken nugget, which is 33 respondent, equivalent to 16.5%. Next, we move to independent t-test analysis. So the first hypothesis, which is A. So hash now A, there is no significant difference in levels of utility or satisfaction factor for fast food consumption among SEFB students between genders. And the hash alternative for A, there is a significant difference in levels of utility or satisfaction factor for fast food consumption among SEFB students between genders. So for this hypothesis, p-value equal to 0.533. So the p-value is more than 10% or 0.10 of p-value. So there is no significant difference between levels of utility and genders. So hash now A is not rejected. Next is the second hypothesis, which is B. So hash now B, there is no significant difference in price of fast food factor for fast food consumption among SEFB students between genders. So hash alternative B, there is a significant difference in price of fast food for fast food consumption among SEFB students between genders. So the p-value equal to 0.259. So p-value is more than 0.1% or 10%. So the results show there are no significant differences in price of fast food among genders. So we not reject hash null B. And the third hypothesis, which is C. So hash now C, there is no significant difference in income or allowance factor for fast food consumption among SEFB students between genders. So hash alternative C, there is a significant difference in income allowance factor for fast food consumption among SEFB students between genders. So we got p-value equal to 0.937. So the p-value is more than 0.1%. So the result showed no significant difference in the price of fast food among genders. So we reject the hash now, B. Alright, and the last one is D, hypothesis D, which is hash now D. There is no significant difference in brand factor for fast food consumption among SEFB students between genders. And hash alternative D, there is a significant difference in a brand factor for fast food consumption among SEFB students between gender. So we got the p-value is equal to 0.704. So the p-value is more than 0.10 or 10%. So there is no significant difference. So we not reject the hash null hypothesis of D. Next, one-way ANOVA test analysis. So we have four analyses here, which is A, B, C, and D. So the first analysis, which is for hypothesis A, and we got the p-value equal to 0.000, which is p-value less than 0.1%. So there is a significant relationship between source of financial support and levels of utility. So we reject the hash null A. So for hypothesis B, the p-value also 0.000, which is p-value is less than 0.1% or 10%. So there is a significant relationship between a source of financial and price. So we reject the hash null B. Alright, then for hypothesis C, also the value is the p-value also 0.000, which is p less than 0.10, which is 10%. So there is a significant relationship between source of financial support and income. So we also reject the hash null C. So the last one is hypothesis D. Also the same value, we got p equal to 0.000, which is p-value is less than 0.1% or 10%. So there is a significant relationship between source of financial support and brand of fast food. So we reject the hash null for D. The last analysis is Pearson correlation test analysis. Alright, so we have one hypothesis here, and based on the correlation result, we can see from the table, so there is a positive correlation between the income and price, which is R, equal to 0.761, which indicates that there is also a positive correlation between income and utility, which is R equal to 0.723. So both correlation results are categorized as a very high relationship, as the value of 0.761 and 0.723 is between the range of plus minus 0.70 or higher. So the results showed that there is a positive correlation between income and brand for fast food, which is R equal to 0.577, and this being categorized as high, which is between the range of plus minus 0.5 to plus minus 0.69. So overall, the results show that there is a positive correlation between all factors or variables in this research. So therefore, hash null is rejected. Next, the last one is conclusion. In summary, the present study have fulfilled its 4 research goals by analyzing the relationship between variables that would indicate the significance of the difference in fast food consumption among University of Utara Malaysia UUM students enrolled in the Schools of Economic, Finance and Banking SEFB. So there were 200 participants in all of this study. In general, this study focused on 4 variables: fast food brand, price, utility level, and source of income support. So it is hoped that this study may provide other scholars with ideas for their relevant research and project in future, and also additionally it could assist university in figuring out how to prevent health issues among students who indulge excessively in fast food consumption. So I think that's all from me. Thank you so much.